Oh yes, do not adjust your eyes. It's a bright red Star Destroyer, and it's perhaps the second most famous Imperial Star Destroyer in Star Wars Legends, right after Grand Admiral Thrawn's Chimera. This is the Errant Venture, a privately owned Star Destroyer run by the Smuggler, Booster Terrik. This is a really cool ship for several reasons that I'm about to show you. First, it is one of the very few privately owned Star Destroyers known to exist in any Star Wars canon. Second, it's more than a Star Destroyer, but a smuggler's shadow port, which is part casino, part trade port, and part cruise ship, with an emphasis on illicit activities. Third, it makes many appearances in Star Wars Legends stories, and it was even the temporary home of Luke Skywalker's new Jedi Academy. Let's first get into how it came to be in Booster Terrik's possession. Sometime after the fall of the Empire, the New Republic was embroiled in a conflict with the dreaded Imperial warlord Hussein Isard, where the supply of Bacta, an essential medical supply in the galaxy, was disrupted. And Isard controlled a super Star Destroyer, the Lasagna, and various other ships including Imperial Deuce Star Destroyers. Rogue Squadron, led by Wedge Antilles, coordinated with Booster Terrik in an unofficial capacity and laid a trap for the Lasagna. Rogue Squadron used Booster's shadow port at Yagdul as a kind of base from which to harass Isard's forces. The Lasagna and the Imperial 2 Star Destroyer Virulence was dispatched to destroy the station. But the Super Star Destroyer fell into a trap consisting of gravity well generators to prevent jumps to hyperspace and several powerful tractor beams. Booster also faked the target locks of some 300 proton torpedoes. The Virulence moved into the path of the tractor beams, disrupted the tractor locks that allowed the Lasagna to escape. After the Bacta Wars simmered down, there was no way the New Republic would allow a private entity, especially a smuggler such as Booster, to own a fully armed and operational Star Destroyer, yet Booster did not want to give it up. Instead, a compromise was brokered with the profitable assistance of another famous smuggler, Talon Card, in which most of the armament would be dismounted from the Virulence and then sold to the New Republic, allowing only the legal limit of armament for civilian ships to remain on the Star Destroyer. Booster agreed and renamed the Star Destroyer Errant Venture. This is certainly one way to run your business of illicit trade. You could take a ship such as this to the periphery of areas where goods are in need, perhaps the edges of the Imperial Remnant, or a trade route along Hutt space, the occasional visit to Nar Shaddaa, or wherever a profit could be made. And if the authorities decided they'd had quite enough of the Shadowport's presence, the Errant Venture could easily disappear, either to a hidden location or simply a safer trading venue. Now, the Errant Venture was a maintenance nightmare. It required a minimum crew of almost 5,000 just to keep everything running. This is an example of bigger is not always better. There was no way Booster could maintain all of its systems. In fact, it was said to operate no more than 10 heavy turbolasers if it could maintain even those. At least, this is the official story. Suffice it to say that its firepower, even though it may have been greater than what Booster really let on, operated at a fraction of what it was in Imperial service. Let's go over each section of this modified Star Destroyer and how it was used. The Errant Venture consisted of 3 main sections and each had subsections. The 3 sections were the black level, the blue level, and the diamond level. The black level was the lowest part of the ship. This is where Booster offered no services of his own in any official capacity, but much illicit trading was going on here. This is also where the main docking bay, called Docking Bay 15, is located. I imagine this may also have served as a basic maintenance, refuel, and repair section, as a service, of course. Above the black level were various living quarters and hotel suites of decent quality, and then the blue level, which are the 3 center decks of the bulk of the Star Destroyer's hull. This included many shops, restaurants, game areas, and what was known as Trader's Alley. Above this is the diamond level, the most expensive area reserved for Navy officers, wealthy travelers, valued guests, and their friends and family. It contained dining halls and nice restaurants, conference rooms, and recreational facilities. During the Yuuzhan Vong War, this is where Luke Skywalker's Jedi Praxium came to live for a time. The Errant Venture has a storied history. It's possible an entire series of episodes or novels could be written around this ship. Some years after its capture, it was commandeered by Garm Bel Iblis for an infiltration against Imperial warlords in the Galactic Core and restored to full operational status for this mission. It also served intermittently during the Yuuzhan Vong War, sometimes as a gunrunner and relief vessel, but it was outfitted with an anti-capital ship super laser that Booster somehow got his hands on. Of course, after the Vong War, it is believed that the ship was stripped down again to its legal civilian armaments. But it went on to serve in an unofficial capacity in many situations that aided the New Republic. I hope to see this ship make an appearance in current Star Wars canon. It would fit perfectly in an episode of The Mandalorian or perhaps the upcoming Ahsoka series. After all, it is the other famous Star Destroyer alongside Thrawn's Chimera, only it's a Star Destroyer for the good guys, even if they are kind of chaotic good. So tell me in the comments, if an Imperial Star Destroyer just happened to fall into your hands as a civilian, what would you do with it? Would you turn it into a galactic bazaar as Booster did? Would you go pirate? Would you go mercenary? Or would you sell it off and go on to live as a king or queen and retire on, say, Chandrilla or something? Well, thank you for watching, Space Friends. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch some more videos. Be sure to comment as well, as I do read them. Until next time, Space Friends.